Hello everyone. English, as the sole international language, has been rapidly spreading worldwide, so its significance cannot be denied by anyone. People need to be familiar with this language in order to play a role in this global village. Let me elaborate on this fact. Nowadays, international students need to know English in order to continue their education in other countries. Tourists and tour guides cannot enjoy their tours if they don't speak the same language they share in common. Universities and scientific centers of the world would not be able to have scientific exchanges, so the spread of science, knowledge, or even technology would be hampered in the absence of this global means of communication. Without English, even the commerce or trade between different countries of the world would be hard to be conducted. Apart from these points, let's not forget the fact that there are many people who seek international jobs or even jobs in their own countries whose main qualification is the ability to handle oral communications in English. That's why day by day more and more people start to learn English, either as a foreign language or as their second language. And again, that's why English teaching and learning centers have been mushrooming locally and internationally. For those learners who want to learn English individually or through self-study, platforms like YouTube and Instagram have provided unique opportunities. Nowadays, English learners can easily have access to many online lessons on these platforms, and they are honestly valuable sources which can help learners expand their knowledge of English or even master it. But in my opinion, or if I want to offer a criticism, the weak point that these virtual lessons suffer from is that majority of them focus on teaching just vocabulary and grammar of English, which are of course very important because we know that they are the basic elements of any languages. But we should note that English has not just been comprised of vocabulary and grammar, and there are other elements in this language with somehow equal amount of importance the learners have to learn if they wish to master this language perfectly. Three of these elements are English phrasal verbs, idioms, and proverbs. What I'm saying is that without being familiar with phrasal verbs, idioms, and proverbs, and knowing them, one cannot expect to learn this language well enough or to be able to speak it like those whose mother tongue is English. So, because the importance of teaching and learning of phrasal verbs, idioms, and proverbs has been neglected and overlooked by majority of online teachers, and they barely can be seen in online lessons, I've decided to upload short educational English language videos into my YouTube channel and also my Instagram account. In every short video, I will teach one or two phrasal verbs, one or two idioms, and one or two proverbs. They will be taught through explanation, elaboration, and illustration. And I'll try my best in order not to leave any important points about them unmentioned. So I invite you to join my YouTube channel and also follow my Instagram account to learn phrasal verbs, idioms, and proverbs by watching short, interesting videos in which you see and learn whatever that you need to know about them. Like, for example, the contexts which the idioms and proverbs should be used in. Before starting our first lesson, I intend to talk a little bit about phrasal verbs, idioms, and proverbs, and I'm gonna let you know what they actually are in the first place. What is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a verb which has two parts. A basic verb plus a particle, which is a preposition or an adverb. Like, for example, break up. Break up is a phrasal verb which is composed of the basic verb break and the preposition up. Break up means to suddenly stop functioning. What is important about phrasal verbs is that their meaning as one verb is typically different from the meanings of their individual two parts. So the meaning of break up has little to do with the meaning of break and the meaning of up. Another example is bring up. Bring up is composed of the basic verb bring and the preposition up. Bring up means to mention something. And the last example is call off. Call off means to cancel something. As you might have noted, the meanings of all these three phrasal verbs are different from the meanings of their individual two components. Another important point about phrasal verbs is that majority of learners have difficulty with the way that we change phrasal verbs to past or perfect forms, or how they are used passively. All these points will be taught in my videos, and by watching them, learners can easily tackle all the issues they have with phrasal verbs. Now let me talk a little bit about idioms. What is an idiom? An idiom, by definition, is an expression or a group of words with a meaning which is different from the meanings of the individual words which have composed the idiom. And it means that if you see an idiom for the first time, there's a little chance for you to know its meaning. So the learners have to be familiar with the meaning of idioms in advance. To be fed up with something. To be fed up with something is an idiom. It means to be tired of something or to be annoyed with something which has been happening for too long. On the other hand, a proverb is a short and popular saying which gives advice about how people should behave, or that expresses a belief that is commonly thought to be true. Like, for example, don't cry over spilt milk. It is a proverb. It means do not get upset about something which has already happened and cannot be undone. A crucial point about idioms and proverbs is that learners have to know when and in which contexts they should be used. Otherwise, their speech wouldn't seem to be normalized. It is estimated that there are more than 900 English proverbs and countless number of idioms. Let's start our first lesson. The first phrasal verb I've decided to choose for this lesson is bear up. Bear up is a phrasal verb composed of the basic verb bear and the preposition up. Bear up means to tolerate and withstand hardships without revealing or showing any signs of despair or frustration. Let's have a look at an example. Despite heavy fire from the enemy, the soldiers bore up on the battlefield. Here in this example, we're talking about a dangerous situation on the front in which some soldiers are under heavy attacks from their enemy's side, but they are resisting confidently. No signs of despair or frustration or disappointment can be seen on their faces, as if they are confident that they can eventually defeat the enemy. So we say that they bear up. As you see in this example, the past form of bear up is bore up. Also, the past participle form is born up. And the third person singular form is bears up. I bear up. You bear up. He, she, it bears up. Our first idiom is have got out of bed on the wrong side. We use this idiom when we want to say that someone is not in a good mood and is not behaving normally in a special day or on a special occasion. And his or her behavior on that day or on that occasion is annoying and offends us. Let's have a look at an example. What's wrong with Jack? He just shouted at me. I don't know. It seems that he's got out of bed on the wrong side. Here, we're not talking about Jack's behavior in general. We're talking about his improper behavior in just a single day. Our first proverb is, as you make your bed, so you must lie on it. This proverb means that whatever that you do in the society has consequences, good or bad, which might return to you. So be careful with what you do to other people and don't wish that bad things happen only to others. They could happen to you as well. This is the end of our first lesson. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow my Instagram account in order not to miss the next classes and the next lessons. Take care.